Hey guys, Willie here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're reviewing the all-new 2025 GMC Sierra 1500 AT4x.
And a big thanks to Jordan and the rest of the management and staff here at Rivard Buick and GMC in Brandon, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to our inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa Bay area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for Jordan.
And as most of you guys probably know by now, GMC facelifted their 5th generation 1500 Sierra back in 2022. With it, coming along this new top dog off-road oriented AT4x, which features-wise is similarly equipped as a Denali, getting the upgraded 12-speaker Bose audio system, heated and ventilated leather seats with massage capability. What the AT4x model gives you is a 2-inch lift, almost 35-inch all-terrain tires, Multimatic DSSV dampers, locking front and rear differentials, front and rear skid plates with additional skid plates for the steering system, fuel tank, and transfer case. As loaded and as capable as this truck is, it still doesn't sit at the top of the 1500 Sierra lineup, sitting $6,300 below the Denali Ultimate with a base price of $79,000. What else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So first thing you notice are these flickering LED daytime running lights. They're not actually flickering in real life, just the way the camera picks up the LEDs with dual LED projectors with a high and low beam, LED daytime running light, LED fog light down below with specific AT4x steel bumpers with AEV labeled specifically all throughout, full front parking sensing and forward-facing camera with a washer. I kind of wish we had the black GMC logo up front like we get in the Denali Ultimate, but that's my only complaint. Not a big deal. You can swap that out in the aftermarket for probably under 50 bucks. AT4X in the lower right corner. Pretty aggressive, bold hood design. The bumpers here, not only they're AT4X specific, you also get a way more aggressive approach and departure angle, as we'll check out our rear, making this probably the most off-road capable GMC Sierra ever released to this day. The wheel and tire setup, we mentioned we get these almost 35-inch tires. I believe they're like 34.1 inch for the exact dimensions. The exact dimensions are 275/70 R18 with a gunmetal gray rims, 6-lug pattern, and the tires are Goodyear, Wrangler, Territory Mud Terrain Duratrax. So some of the more aggressive mud terrain tires that are still very quiet when you take it onto some higher speeds, which we'll check out when we take this truck out for a drive. We get a 6.2-liter V8 labeled in the upper right fender area. I believe that's a $1,500 option. AT4X in the lower left part of the door. Additional camera on the mirror to help us out with the 360. LED turn signal on the mirror. Blind spot monitoring on the glass. We get all black trim for the window, trim smart access for the driver and the front passenger. We'll take a step back. Hopefully you guys can pick up the side profile on this really aggressive 2025 Sierra 1500 AT4X. The window sticker, let's take a quick look at it for this 2025 GMC Sierra 1500 AT4X. Hopefully you can pause, take a look at all the standard features. It comes really well loaded with them. Options, relatively a base, $1,500 for the 6.2, $500 for the Onyx Black, $400 for the active exhaust, and $300 for the 3 years of Sirius XM radio. About $2,000 for the destination, totaling us out at $84,000, still sitting under a Denali Ultimate with way more capability and very similar overall ride quality and comfort, which we'll check out when we take this truck out for a drive. The gas cap, it's not push to open, but there's no latches to pull, easy fill, and premium fuel recommended here for the 6.2-liter V8. We get the same rear wheel and tire setup. The only difference is a smaller brake caliper, leaf springs, and hopefully you can pick up your Multimatic DSSV dampers out rear. I also love how GM just about on all their trucks has its bumper step, especially with this lift kit, the 2-inch lift. We just reviewed a Silverado High Country with a 6-inch lift and 35-inch tires, and this bumper step makes it still super convenient getting in and out of your bed area. We get LED taillights, turn signals, and reverse lights. Shout out Rivard Buick and GMC in Brandon, Florida for helping make this review possible. Full rear parking sensing, GMC Sierra underneath it, AT4X in the lower right corner. We can drop this multi-pro tailgate down. We get our backup camera and zone light dropping on the whole tailgate. We also get our multi-pro function, which functions as about a 2-foot bed extender. Perfect for ATVs, 2x4s, 4x4s, whatever by 4s. With this bed extender, we're looking at a total bed size of almost 8 feet, making it about the same size as what you would get from the heavy duty trucks. Of course, this tailgate can only hold about 500–600 pounds. I wouldn't recommend putting like a skid steer on it, but floor size, perfect for motorcycles, ATVs, and whatnot. We can also drop the entire tailgate down And as you see, we get the kicker upgrade speaker package, perfect for tailgates. And even with this 2-inch lift, this is one of the easiest tailgates to get in and out of. This multi-pro tailgate is just about a must-have feature. We get an LED third brake light, additional zone light, and our camera for our digital rear view mirror. We get 3 sets of tie downs in each corner, GMC etched into our tailgate, LED box lighting with our 115 volt or 120 volt 400 watt AC outlet in the corner. We also get our grab handle in the left corner, so if you want to have some extra stability getting in and out of the bed area, you can, with cup holders molded into the tailgate itself. But we can shut this tailgate right down, close the multi-pro function, take a step back. We get our trailer hitch, leave a link right here, show you exactly what this truck can tow. We get a different exhaust setup compared to just about every other Sierra, but it's still our active exhaust with just the tips cut off underneath. Hopefully you get a good idea of the suspension setup too. Spare tire, which appears to be a full-size spare. But speaking of the exhaust tips, let's fire up the 6.2 liter V8 and hear how she sounds. Alright guys, that was the sound of the 6.2 liter naturally aspirated V8 sold by GMC for the 2025 Sierra 1500 AT4X. And it sounds really good with this active exhaust cranking out 420 horsepower, 460 pound-feet of torque. Made it to a 10-speed automatic transmission, sending the power to the rear or all 4 wheels with a full or part-time 4-wheel drive system. You can expect 0 to 60 in the mid to high 5-second range, making it a no-joke performer. Not the best fuel economy, but you're not buying this off-road monster for its fuel economy. I kind of wish we had the available LT4 supercharged 6.2 available on this AT4X like the Raptor R or the Ram TRX, but this is still a really impressive full-size off-road pickup, especially considering it still retains a naturally aspirated beefy V8. But taking a step inside, let's see what we got. So up top, we get leather stitching and it's gushy soft. Feels a lot softer compared to the lower trims, genuine wood beneath it, more of that padded material, and a gushy soft leather armrest. This reminds me more of a Denali Ultimate door panel compared to what we would get from a standard Denali. We get white stitching underneath, Bose premium audio system, and it sounds really good. Ton of storage underneath, but just hard plastic. It'll fit 2 24-ounce water bottles, GMC on the floor mat, AT4X aluminum nameplate. The seats are also basically straight out of a Denali. We get perforation in the center, red contrast, white contrast for the bolsters, with full electric adjustments. You can recline, drop, lift, and slide with 4-way lumbar control with massage capability. The grab handles are also leather outlined, with the floor mats, if we didn't mention, getting this fabric trim that can be removable to turn this into a complete waterproof off-road ready floor mat. But taking a step inside, no running boards for a lifted off-road oriented truck. The running boards would be nice, but they would compromise a little bit of the ground clearance. But foot on the brake, aluminum engine start stop button, and everything fires right to life. So interior wise, compared to the previous AT4X reviewed in this channel, not a whole lot changes, but really nothing needs to change. It's still very premium. We don't get the Super Cruise steering wheel, but it's still thick. No 10 and 2 and 9 and 3 feels pretty good in your hands. You get the heads-up display here as well. Hopefully you pick that up on camera, and it's a very solid heads-up display. GM has had one of the best heads-up displays in the business since that feature has been released. We get our cruise control settings on the left side, forward collision alert, and our heated steering wheel. On the right side, voice commands. You can hang up and answer your phone calls with our infotainment adjustments. Right now we're looking at our driver assistance, oil life, brake pad life, air filter life, blank page, info page options, digital speedo, and our trip computer. You can alternate to our songs, heads up, turn-by-turn compass or navigation, phone information, and overall settings that you can adjust all of your displays, from the heads-up display to the lower gauges, right side and the left side. Right back to where we started, my personal favorite screen to leave it would be the digital speedometer. You have paddle shifters for the gear limit function. The stocks have an okay feel to them. Auto headlamps, auto high beams, and auto rain sensing wipers. We get a power tilt and telescoping steering column. Hopefully you can pick that up on camera. My camera is malfunctioning a little bit. There we go. To the left of it, we get our heads-up display adjustments, our auto headlamps and fog lamps with our zone light and interior brightness as well. Drive mode selector, tow haul mode, auto 4-wheel drive, 4 high, 2 high, and 4 low. We'll try out 4-wheel drive auto if we do anything off the line so we can save the rubber for the potential owner of this vehicle. Our drive modes include off-road, sport, normal, and terrain. We'll start the review off in sport, try out normal and just see what the differences are, but sport mode is where the active exhaust is going to be a little bit more aggressive. We get our hood latch release down below and hopefully get a good look at the pedals. There we go. The dashboard is all stitched material with 3 Bose speakers on it, actually 5 Bose speakers, because on these microfiber pillars, you get additional tweeters on both corners of the dashboard with a pretty large bass speaker in the center. And speaking of microfiber Alcantara pillars, we get a full Alcantara headliner. That's more premium compared to a standard Denali. I believe only the Denali Ultimate gets that headliner up top. But anyway, let's check out this 13.4-inch infotainment screen. We already checked out the 12.3-inch digital gauge display. The map's going to take a second to load up, and I'll catch right back with you in 1 second. All right, guys, so since 2022 when this system was released, this is one of the best in the business. Google's not latest display, but one of their more latest displays. Perfect response, resolution's just about excellent. And this is still with the plastic cover on this infotainment screen. I'm gonna leave the cover there for the potential owner of this vehicle so it feels as new as possible. We get our trailer information, phone information, back to our navigation, phone beneath it, or music beneath it, with our home screen. Hopefully you can pick up everything potentially available on it. My personal favorite though would be the map, so we'll leave it there and recenter it. Beneath that we get soft stitched material for the lower part of the dashboard, dual zone automatic climate control, heated and ventilated seats, lane keep assist, you can turn off the parking sensors, auto engine start stop, hydraulically dropping tailgate, it's not electric, it does not lift back up, hazards, turn off the traction control, hill descent control, locking rear differential and locking front differential as well. Here's your installation guide for the kicker speakers, but they've already been installed. Ton of storage, USB-A and C port, the gear selector controlling the 10-speed automatic transmission, backup camera, super high resolution, guidance lines and trajectory with an over-the-top 360, alternate to a forward-facing, over-the-top for the front, over-the-top for the rear, side blind zone for the rear, side blind zone for the front, over-the-top trailer hitch view as well. Check out some of our different views for our in-bed camera. That's a pretty cool feature, and you can turn off the guidance lines and trajectory for one reason or another. But throwing right back into park, we'll return right back to the previous screen in about a second. There we go. We get leather stitching for your knee will often hit as well. Trailer brake controller with the gain receive function, a little bit of additional storage, wireless phone charging pad, and a gushy soft leather armrest with red and white contrast stitching. We get a double tier storage compartment. You'll fit probably 8 wallets in there with some coins and business cards, USB-A and C port with an additional 120 volt 400 watt AC outlet and an LED cargo light. We get the dual glove boxes. The top tier is soft padded material, and you'll fit probably 6 pairs of socks. Should be able to fit a size 12 shoe in there. More stitching, hard plastic for the glove box itself, which is damp, not lined felt, but pretty large. You'll fit 20 to 25 license plates, 6-7 Harry Potter books. Should be able to fit 3 to 4 shoes with no problem. We get a frameless auto-dimming digital rear view mirror. The digital function happens with that flippy thing. The adjustments for it. Up top, 3 garage home link settings. We get our 5th opening window back there. It opens up decently quickly. We can shut it right up, and we also get a sunroof. The shade opens up with the glass. It does not close with the glass. See if it goes out any further. It does not, but really hot day today in Tampa, Florida, sunny and 99 degrees according to this Sierra. So we'll get this glass shut up, leave the shade open so when we hop out back, you guys can see how much light is brought into the cabin. But that's about it for the front seat, at least, of this 2025 GMC Sierra 1500 AT4X. Probably my favorite truck all out on the road today, within reason. Of course, the Ford Raptor R or like a used Ram TRX are probably a little bit cooler than what we see here, but considering a brand new luxury truck with these beefy tires, front and rear locking differentials, and naturally aspirated V8, this is a pretty solid amount of truck for a sub $85,000 sticker, not including the thousands of dollars of potential discounts. We get soft leather stitching up top, more padding underneath it, wood grain trim, aluminum door handle, 2 Bose speakers on the door panel that contrast in the center with red contrasted leather stitching for the armrest. We got auto one-touch window for the way down, but you got to press and hold for the way back up, and a ton of storage. You'll stack 2 14-inch subs and a 24-ounce water bottle. The back seats are also white and red contrast with perforation in the center area with some additional secret storage. I really like how GM does that for all their leather seat equipped pickups. Not a lot of bolstering, but as you see, there is still some. We can lift these seats up, a little bit of storage with still a flat floor. So you can throw a sleeping bag back here. If your wife kicks you out of the house, you can sleep in the back of your 2025 1500 AT4X. And the floor mats back here still have that premium cloth that you can remove and have a full waterproof back seat area if you do take this truck off-road. Taking a step back here, again, no running boards, but this grab handle does make things a little bit easier, and back here it still has that leather stitched trim. But taking a step inside, I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall, sitting behind my seat settings. I still have about a foot of knee room, and GM does these cutouts up here, giving us about 4 or 5 inches of headroom. So if you're under 7 feet tall, you should be able to comfortably sit in the back of an AT4X 1500 with no problem. Cup holders, just hard plastic outside of it, mat pockets behind both of the front seats, heated second row seats, air vents, USB-A and C port. Interior lights back here are LED, and a ton of light brought into the cabin thanks to the sunroof. The center cubby back here, you pull this rope, nice soft leather. You'll fit 16 to 24 ounce bottles with a nice little mug handle holder. We get a hook on both sides of the back seat area with the grab handle part of the B-pillar. No additional speakers above our heads like we have in the Ram 1500, but this 12 speaker Bose still sounds incredible. That's about it though, guys, for the inside and outside of the 2025 GMC Sierra 1500 AT4X. Probably one of the coolest off-road capable luxury trucks right now for the money. It is getting up there in price, but considering the Ford F-150 Tremor we just reviewed in this channel was basically the same price as what we're sitting at here, I think this isn't just a better overall truck, I think it's miles ahead. And performance-wise, with the 6.2 liter naturally aspirated V8 and the active exhaust, let's take this monster 2025 GMC Sierra 1500 AT4X out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2025 GMC Sierra 1500 AT4X. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. I'll turn the air down by 1 so you guys can hear this exhaust a little bit better. But my first impressions, you have a commanding view of the road, and the ride quality is good. We don't get the adaptive suspension, we get the off-road suspension here, but it feels almost identical. Hits the bumps just as good, if not better, but the body control, I must say, with the adaptive suspension, it does compose the body better, but bumps wise, these 34, 35 inch tires soak the bumps up just as good as that suspension, if not better. It's just, you do have a little bit of bounce after the fact. Anyway though, 2-wheel drive, brakes feel okay. Woo! Throttle response is good. Just partial throttle, this thing can take off really well in sport. Brakes, just like all GM pickups, whether it's a Sierra or a Silverado, they're not great, but they're good enough. Take another step out here, lean into it a little bit on the gas. Yep, no need to push it any further. This thing can get up and go, and it sounds good with this active exhaust. I think the active exhaust in the ZR2 and AT4X sounds a little bit better than the active exhaust that we get in the rest of the 6.2 lineup. Big bump, boom, rides over it like absolutely nothing. We can see what the on to off-road transition is here, and I mean, this is what you're getting an AT4X for. The on to off-road transition is about as seamless as you're gonna get. Still in 2-wheel drive. Let this guy do what he's got to do, but yeah, the on to off-road transition in this truck is really, really good. To be expected, considering we got these massive tires, off-road suspension, and 2-inch lift. Again, not even slowing down. Boom, huge bump. Guys, this thing is a beast. Let's try one out in 4 auto, off the line, sport mode. Wait for this car or truck or both of them to pass. Off the line, on the gas. Woo! Yep, snappy shifts too. This is a seriously good performing off-road capable luxury truck. Body rolls limited. Sierra and Silverados have the best handling of any 1500 truck. It's pretty sweet, guys. Pretty sweet. Take it out of 4 auto. I don't think we'll need the added traction anymore. Brakes still feel good. We can open her up a little bit more onto this multiple lane highway. There's a sheriff van, but he shouldn't see us too badly. Yeah. This thing can haul freaking butt Very powerful truck. We'll make a U-turn, try out a little cruise at higher speeds, see how the isolation is from the road, but whew, performance-wise, this does not perform any worse than any other 6.2 equipped GM pickup truck. All right, guys, real world turning radius test. About half throttle. Ooh. Yeah, guys. Even at partial throttle, it feels strong. We can take it out of sport mode, try it out in normal. It quiets the exhaust down too. And wow, that's a serious transition. Very quiet in here right now. One more real world turning radius, and now in normal mode, we'll try another light throttle. Still feels strong. A lot quieter though. I personally leave it in sport. I think that exhaust is the reason you're going for one of these 6.2 GM trucks. Overall, guys, if you're looking for an off-road capable luxury pickup truck, you want something with 8 cylinders and you want something that has good power with really good off-road capability, this is it. I'm not saying that this is the most off-road capable truck in the world, but it is very off-road capable, it is very quick, and it looks really good. If that's what you're looking for, guys, and you're okay with spending $75,000 to $85,000 for a pickup, I would 100% recommend checking out the 2025 GMC Sierra 1500 AT4x. And I would recommend checking out the AT4x over a Ford Raptor simply because of this 6.2 liter V8. And I would recommend checking out the AT4x over a Silverado ZR2 because for not that much extra money, this is a seriously more upscale interior. And a big thanks to Jordan and the rest of the management and staff here at Rivard Buick and GMC in Tampa, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa Bay area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for Jordan, and a huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos keep getting promoted to new people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment. Let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.